Hey, Bill Scythe here with Neptune Clean. I'm here in the shop again today working on the truck. It's wintertime, getting it all fixed up. I want to build some shelving someplace to put the surface cleaner on, and then somewhere to store some like pump up sprayers and maybe some other cleaner, gallon bottles or whatever. And, welders are expensive, and I don't know how to weld. It's one of those things that I always want to learn to do, but haven't done it yet. So I'm going to try something called maker pipe. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before, but basically you take some EMT conduit, and you can buy these all kinds of different fittings and stuff. And so I'm going to, it's kind of like building lumber, except, you're using pipe and some fittings to put stuff together. So I'm going to make a shelf. I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to see what happens. I think it'll be strong enough the way that I've designed it, but time will tell. So it's pretty easy. I mean, if you know how to cut pipe with a pipe cutter, that's all there is to it. I'm just cutting pieces to size and putting these connectors together, and that's it. You can go to, I think it's makerpipe.com, and see how it's done. I'm not going to videotape doing it, but as soon as I get done with it, I'll show you what it looks like and what I'm planning on doing, because I'm actually wanting to put it on top of my 8-gallon per minute machine and put my external gas tank on top of that. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be strong enough. I'm going to have to build it, and then I got to go buy another piece of metal, probably a piece of 1/8-inch aluminum to set on top, so I don't have to worry about it rusting. And we'll see what happens. So anyway, give me a sec. I'll put it together, and I'll show you what it looks like. Got a pretty good start on my rack so far. I wanted to point out that I bought some, it's like a shrink wrap that goes over the MT conduit. I thought it would be not only look nice, but I thought it would help protect it as well. And then I got the black vinyl coated fittings rather than the silver ones that come with it. Here I'm going to be installing the pipe inserts into the bottom here because I want to do threaded rods. So these little pipe inserts right here are pretty cool. There's 4 different types, 2 different sizes, and so I did the bigger size. I think it's 3/8. It might be 5/16, but I think it's a 3/8 on the thread size there. But basically, they go into the inside the conduit, and it's like a friction fitting. You push it in, see how they're fit in one way. You push them in that way, and then when the thread pulls the opposite direction, it really holds things together tight. And I'm telling you, it's bomb-proof. Basically, that's all I did is I hammered them in there, and you'll see in just a second what I did. But if you have shorter pieces, you can use a vise and put it in there like that. But hammer works fine for me. I didn't have any problem getting them in the ends, and I used it in everywhere I had a connection. I put threaded rod in just like that, and I was able to bolt it down to the truck bed itself. So here I am installing these inserts. It was pretty simple. I put a couple of nuts on the end so that I didn't damage the threaded rod when I started hammering away at it. It goes in pretty easily, and it really kind of straightens itself out once you get it in. And once I got it in as far as I wanted, then that's it. I wanted to, just got to drill some holes in the bottom of the truck, and then I can install it. And as you can see in this next clip, where I basically fit it to the bottom, and then I screwed it in the flange as well. All right, here we go. This is essentially my 8-gallon per minute machine. I wanted to put the fuel tank, which is right here. It's been sitting on the deck of the flatbed, taking up space. And so what I did is I built this frame around it, and then I bolted a aluminum plate to the top, and you can see how basically this maker pipe is essentially EMT conduit. And the maker pipe makes these fittings. So there's all kinds of fittings. And then, of course, these down here, these are regular old pipe flange, like the gas pipe flange fittings. And you can see how they make those work on the website. And here's the frame. And it goes all the way back to this headache rack, essentially, in my truck. And I bolted it through. And what I did is I put a threaded rod into And there's, let's see if I can see the other one right there. There's two on the bottom. I'm dropping shit around here. But anyway, that's how I mounted these directly into here. And there's like inside, there's a fitting that you put inside here, and it's like a friction fitting. And when you screw in the threaded rod, it pulls back, it locks into the pipe. So that's how I was able to build this frame, into the truck. So it is solid for being EMT conduit. And you can see, here's a through fitting. These are fittings. And then I put a brace right here to kind of give it lateral stability. And I think it turned out pretty good. So this is where I'll keep, some chemicals, like, some of my, what do we got here? I got some bleach neutralizer. I got some glossy house wash, which is, I use that because it helps to make windows streak free. It's from my local pressure washer store. And then I'll put a couple of pump up sprayers in here. And then up top, man, this is where my surface cleaner goes. And that's what I built this for. So the surface cleaner handle will go and lay right here. I'm going to put some foam and wrap some foam tape over this so it protects the handle itself. And then my fuel tank's going to go right here. And I'll take a picture of that when I get all done. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an idea of how I built this frame and how I secured it to the deck, and then how I screwed it to that bulkhead over there. And once I get it all done, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, finally finished this rack. I got the fuel cell up there. I think it looks pretty darn good. It definitely, it's got a fuel pump on this motor, but gravity feed never hurt. And then there you go. There's my surface cleaner. And what I did here is I took some threaded rod and I bent it and basically put a nut up top and a nut and a lock washer on the bottom, and basically made a little bracket to hold it in place. I think I'm just gonna, put a bungee right here to hold the handle in place. I put this padding on here to keep any vibration from destroying the handle. And below, I've got my, my storage. And then right here, this open space, I'm gonna put some pump up sprayers, and I think I'm gonna be good to go. I like it.